Hi everyone, welcome to Java Techie. In this tutorial, we'll understand how to use Query DSL with Spring Data JPA to build a maintainable and type-safe persistence layer. Okay, alright. The Query DSL is a third-party library that lets us define type-safe queries. It also makes the query generation relatively easy through its fluent DSL APIs. In general, the native SQL or the Java Persistence Query Language, which is JPQL, that does not provide any way to validate the correctness of the queries at compile time. Any query syntax or any other issue are detected at runtime itself, and it causes the application to fail. Okay, so to simplify this, let's take an example. If I'll go to my IntelliJ IDE, if you observe here, I just wrote a query, select star from author, where contact number equal to this. And this author is nothing my entity, right? This is what the native query I wrote. Now if I'll go to my author, there is a field called author ID, name, email, and list of books. And if you observe, the contact number is not part of this entity. That's what I just write the query here. Even though that field is not part of my entity, still I am able to write the query and there is no compilation error. But when I will access this particular method from my service or controller, then definitely I will get runtime exception. That contact number is not part of your entity called author. Like this, some exception I will get at runtime. But in case of query DSL, you can easily detect query syntax issue at compile time itself, and you can save your time. That's cool, isn't it? So let's demonstrate this query DSL with Spring Data JPA implementation in action. Let's get started. So if you observe, this is where the Spring Data JPA project I created. We'll inject the query DSL or we'll implement the query DSL in the same project. Okay. And if you will go and check, there is two entity which I created. One is author. And if you check in author, I have author ID, name, email, and it will inject list of books with one to many association mapping. One author can have multiple book. Okay. Then if you go to the book, I have field called book ID, name, and ISBN number. And since I have two entity, I just created two repo, author repo and book repository. Similarly, I just created one service and I just created one controller. That's it. So in the same project, we'll implement the query DSL. So to implement query DSL, first we need to bring the necessary dependency and we need to enable all the required plugin. Okay. So just go to your pom.xml. In pom.xml, we just added Spring Data JPA, Web and MySQL connector and Lombok to perform the plain CRUD operation. Okay. And then I will just add this query DSL dependency. Also, I just need to add one plugin called apt maven plugin. So let me add that plugin. So I can go to the plugin section and directly I'll add another plugin. Basically the role of this plugin, it will read your entity class and then it will generate your type safe class in the target folder. This is what the folder target generate source Java. All the entity like author and book it will read and it will create another entity which will append with the capital Q. I'll show you in demo. So let's complete this build first. I'll go to the project. Let's scroll down, re-import. So all the required dependency downloaded. Now what we'll do, you can see the goal is process here. Okay. But if I'll run maven install, then it will generate the Q entity class. Okay. So what I'll do, I'll just do the maven install. I'll just run the lifecycle as maven install. So let's wait it to complete. Yeah. So if you observe, the build is succeed and also it created the table by mapping all the association mapping here. You can see here it created the table called author and then it created table called author books. I'm not sure where it up. Yeah, there is a table called book. Okay, and also it just append the author ID as a foreign key in book. Now what we'll do, let's go to the target folder, and if you'll go inside this generate source, you can see there is a folder called Java. Okay, and if you'll go inside Java, there is a query DSL entity which is nothing the skeleton of this entity, author and book. Now if I will expand this, I can see there is again two entity append with Q. These two class will help us to write the type safe query in query DSL. Now if I will open this Q author, you can see Q author extends from entity path base. This is what nothing our entity class, and it also add all the field. Similarly, if you go to the Q book, you can find book ID, ISBN number, everything. Okay, so this two class is required to perform the query DSL. Now if you observe in this project, we have two things. We have Spring Data JPA as well as query DSL. So we'll use this Spring Data JPA to perform the CRUD operation, which is nothing plain CRUD operation, create, update, delete and retrieve. But we'll use this query DSL to write complex query. Okay. Since we have author and book two entity, and one author can have multiple book based on the one-to-many association mapping. So we can perform some join kind of activity or fetch join kind of scenario using this query DSL. So what we'll do, we'll just introduce another interface or another repository which is called base repository, because we just need to maintain the two repo, one for JPA activity, another for query DSL activity. Okay, so I'll just create another interface called base repository. Fine. Then I'll just extend this base repository from, there is some type mistake, extends JPA repository, and I will just specify the T and ID because I just want to make it generic. So I'll just add this base repo here, T, then ID. Fine. And I just want to annotate this at the rate no repository bin. Okay. Because I just want to disabling the automatic method implementation feature of Spring Data JPA. That's the reason I annotate at the rate no repository bin. Okay. So here I just want to annotate, or I just want to define one more method. So the method will return T, which will be type generic, and I will just write find by ID mandatory. Okay, you can use find by ID method, but this is what I just want to write a generic method. Okay, so I can pass the ID which is type generic, and I will throw some exception, illegal argument exception. Okay, fine. So I just need to create another implementation of this base repository so that author repository and this book repository can extend from base repo, and for query DSL I just need to write another implementation of it. Okay, so what I will do, I will just create another package here. Let's say IMPL. Inside that I will create new Java class base repository IMPL. Okay, I just want to extend from simple JPA repository so that I can, this particular base repository IMPL can provide the JPA support as well as the query DSL support. Okay, so what I will do, I will just maintain the type generic here, so I can directly pass here T and ID, and also it will implement from base repo. Okay, you can provide the type generic here as well. Fine. Now if you observe, since we implement from base repository, we just need to override the find by ID mandatory method, just add it. Then also if we are extending from simple JPA repository, then we need to call that constructor from our base repository IMPL using super parenthesis. It will take the two argument, domain class and entity manager. So I'll just define the constructor. So if you observe, it take the two argument, domain class and entity manager. So what I'll do, I'll just define the entity manager here, or I can name it EM, something like that. Also I will use, there is some class called JPQL query, or let me check, JPA query factory or something like that. Yeah, JPA Query Factory. Just add this so that we can initialize or we can pass our EM to this. Okay, so we can initialize something like this dot entity manager equal to this, and then this dot JPA Query Factory equal to, I can just create an object of it and I can pass the entity manager. Okay, and if you remember, inside the target we have these two class, QAuthor and QBook. Okay, so I can directly use these two class so that this will globally visible for Query DSL, because this is what the abstract class I am going to use in all the implementation. So I'll just make it abstract. Fine. So I'll just define these two. I'll define something like protected final. Then I'll just add QAuthor. I'll name it author equal to, you can give QAuthor dot author. Okay. Similarly, I will create QBook. Book equal to, I'll just add here QBook dot book. Okay. So if you are using this QAuthor and QBook, there is no possible to use the another field or to use the field which is not part of your entity. Okay, so this will guarantee you the type safe, and this is what the generated by this particular plugin which I just added in our pom.xml apt maven plugin. Okay, so let's complete the implementation for this particular method. I'll directly use find by id method. Okay, and then I'll pass the id. It will return the optional. So what I'll do, I'll just type or else throw. If there is no object based on this id, just throw this exception, because if you remember, this particular method is throwing illegal argument exception, correct? So I'll just add new illegal argument exception. I'll pass some message. Let's say entity not found with id. You can pass the id here. Fine. So now let's implement this base repository IMPL in both the repository, which is author and book repository. Okay. So I will just create a object of, or I will just create another class. Let me cancel this Java class. I'll name it author repository IMPL. Okay, so but before that, let me do one thing. If you remember, in author repository, we are extending from JPA repository, correct? Just change it to base repository, because if you remember, the base repository we created for to support both JPA as well as the Query DSL, and we created its implementation also, right? So let's use the same to achieve both JPA as well as the Query DSL. So let's go to the uh, author repository and extends from base repository here. Okay. Similarly, let's go to the book repo and extend it from base repository. So just remove this. Now go to your author repository IMPL. So in this author repository IMPL, just extend this class from base repository IMPL. Okay, that's the reason we make it abstract, right? So just pass the type generic, which is, or you can directly provide author, because this is specific to the implementation, right? This is specific to the author repo. So you can provide author and integer. Now you need to implement it from your actual repository, which is author repository. Okay, not this. Correct. So you need to pass here author integer. Now we just need to add the constructor. Fine. You can ignore passing this domain class because this is what we are doing for a entity specific, right? So I can directly pass here author dot class. Just yeah. Similarly, you can write for uh, book repository IMPL. So there is some error. Let me check. Let's go to the author repo. Okay, we no need to pass anything. So we can directly remove this. Fine. Similarly, create another implementation for book repository IMPL. Okay, let me create a Java class book repository. Okay, extends it from base repo IMPL. Specify the type generic, which is nothing book and integer. Then just implements it from book repository. Yeah. Then again we just need to add the constructor, and you can remove the domain class. You can directly pass book dot class. So you can remove this particular argument as well. Fine. Now we created this author repository IMPL and book repository IMPL. First of all, we create this base repo. Then we created its implementation by making it abstract class. Then we just create another implementation author and book repository IMPL. Now let's say we just want to write the query DSL logic. I just want to write some complex query related to author. I just want to fetch each author the number of book count. Okay, or there is some join statement I want to perform. So what I will do, I will just go to the author repository interface first. I will specify few method which I will write in author repository IMPL. So I will just write public, give me the author object, find author by email, something like that. Okay, give the email ID. Fine. So for type safety, you can make it optional. Okay. Similarly, I just want to perform one more activity where I just want to fetch the book count specific to the each author, or I can say author statistic, book author statistic, or something like that. Okay. So I'll just write public. So I'll create another DTO class, new Java class, or I'll just create a package. Let's say package. I'll name it DTO. I'll create a class, Java class, author statistic. There is a spelling mistake. Shift F6. So just correct it. Just remove one. Fine. Here I will just define two fields. So I'll just name it private string name of author. So I'll name it author name. Then number of book for that particular author. Okay. So I'll just give private int book count. Okay. So give the author name and number of book written by that particular author. So this we can achieve because we have the author and book one to many mapping, right? So I can directly use that. I'll just use list of author statistic get authors. I'll just copy and paste. Fine. Apart from that, I also want to fetch list of author to avoid 1 to n plus 1 problem in Hibernate. Okay. So I'll just write it so that I can show you how we can achieve that using this query DSL. So I'll just return list of author get author, something like that. Okay. Fine. Now these are the three methods we wrote in our author repository interface. Now we just need to implement that in our author repository IMPL. So it's crying now. We need to implement it. Implement this method. Fine. Now let's write the actual implementation now. So what I'll do, since this is the optional, I can write, let me remove this empty method of nullable. Okay, here I can pass the JPA query factory. If you remember, this is what we injected in our, or this is what we created in our base repository IMPL. So it's inherited from this base repository IMPL. So I can directly use from this select from author. And if you remember, this author is our Q author, was generated by apt maven plugin. Okay, so just select from this table from, so yeah, dot from table name author, again it is Q author. Then just add a condition where author dot email id dot equals ignore case given email id. Okay, then just fetch first, or some method was there, yeah, fetch first. So this is the straightforward, right? Why there is error? Okay, it's not closed. Fine. So if you observe here, JPA query factory, select this author from this particular author table and add your where statement, where clause. Okay, author dot email equals ignore case email. Even though I will give uppercase here, the query, this particular query DSL will convert that to the lowercase and it will give the result. Okay, now let's use this author statistic. To get author statistic, it will return author and number of book written by that particular author. Okay, so what I'll do, it will return the list of author, right? Just remove this, just use JPA query factory. Okay, then specify from author, which is Q author. Okay, this is what the typesafe class generated by apt maven plugin. Then we just need to provide the inner join between author dot books to the book entity. Correct? Then we just need to provide the group by author dot name. Okay, because we just want to find the count number of book size by each author. Okay, so that's the reason we need to provide the group by here. And then you can provide something called select projection. So if you observe here, projections came from com.querydsl code.types. Okay, just construct the object, which is nothing, author statistic object dot class, then pass the value, means what are the field you need to map to this author statistic. So I just want to map author dot name and then book dot count. Correct? Then I just want to do the fetch. That's it. This particular line will perform the join. That's the reason we mapped author ID as a foreign key in our book table using one to many. And we are just telling here this is what the two entity having the mapping, and we are just doing the group by. So if you observe here, the method name itself self-explanatory, right? So we no need to dig more to understand this logic. Now let's implement the last method. It will return the list of author object, but it will just avoid the n plus 1 strategy problem in Hibernate. Okay, so what is n plus 1? I will show you that in the console while execute this code. So I will directly use the JPA query factory dot select from author, get the distant element, okay, from author table. Then you can provide the inner join author dot books and book. Then you can specify the fetch join, then fetch that. So if you observe here, this particular dot fetch join will help you to avoid n plus 1 problem in Hibernate. Here also we are just fetching the author by doing the inner join with the book model. Okay. Now we have these three implementation ready. Now let's go to the service and let's write the method to call these three. Along with that, we'll also access the Spring Data JP related CRUD method. Go to the project, go to the service. This is the service class. So first I need to add few author along with the list of books to that, right? So I just created this method. Let me uncomment this. Then I'll just write a method to fetch list of authors from author repository. I will directly use the author repository so that I can show you how you can do using Spring Data JPA, and also I will use that query DSL method. Okay, so get the list of author, get authors. I can directly use return author repo dot find all. Similarly, I will write another method to fetch all the books from the book repository. I will directly use book get books book repo dot find all. Okay, and apart from that, I will just write another method to get the author by email. That is what we write in our query DSL, right? So let me go to the author repo impl. We wrote this method, right? So I will just copy this, go to the service. I'll just write this method, give the string email, just return it from author repo dot find author by email, right? You can use this method email. Now let's write another method to fetch the author statistic. So directly I will just copy this because the return type is same. I'll directly return author repo dot get author statistic and just write a method to demonstrate or to avoid the n plus 1 problem in Hibernate, right? So I'll just use public list of author get authors with fetch join, return author repo dot let me check the method name, get authors. Fine. So I'll just add a comment here to avoid n plus 1 problem in Hibernate or JPA, anything you can specify JPA. Okay, and the method which I directly use author repository dot find all, here we will find the n plus 1 problem. We will find n plus 1 problem. Then I will show you how we can avoid that using this. Okay, now since we created the service, similarly I just need to write or I just need to invoke all the method from my controller class. So I'll just go to the controller, I'll just write a method. Better I will directly copy from there so that I can annotate here, or to save the time I can make that service as a controller, but let's not do that. It may take some time, but we'll do it. I'll just use this. Let's go to the controller. We'll directly use auth book service dot, what is that method name, save author with books. Okay, since this will be the post request, I need to pass request body, and we just need to add here at the rate post mapping. Then I just need to write another method to return list of author, public return list of authors get all authors return auth book service dot get authors. Okay, this is what, right? Similarly, let's write another method to fetch all the books. Public list of book get all books. Simply we can return from, I can directly call this service dot get books. Okay, now you can annotate here at the rate get mapping. Here also you can provide at the rate get mapping slash books slash authors. You can provide something slash author slash book, something like that. Okay, because we are giving author with books only to save. Then let's call another three method. I'll directly go to the service and I'll directly copy these three method. Go to the controller, paste it here. So here we just need to change the method call, right? But I just want to maintain the same name. So let's just change here auth book service dot find author by email, pass the email, and this I need to pass as a path variable which will be my input parameter, right? So I can directly use get mapping pass author slash email. This also I just need to call the auth book service dot get author statistic. Just use auth book service dot get authors with fetch join. So I need to annotate here at the rate get mapping. I'll just add this. Similarly, I can annotate here at the rate get mapping, and I can provide, let's say, authors slash fetch join. Correct. So there is some error. Let me check. Okay, it's because we missed this semicolon. Let's add it. Fine. So we are good. We created controller, we created service, and also we created multiple implementation to cover or to implement Spring Data JPA as well as the Query DSL. So this particular base repo and base repo IMPL will take care about Query DSL, and as usual author repository and book repository already have support to provide the feature for Spring Data JPA. So we are good. Let me start this Spring Boot application. So let's go to this main class and let right click on it, run this program. Yeah, so if you observe, application started on port 8080. Okay, and also it created the table. Now let's go to the postman. Before that, first let me verify all the endpoint. Go to the controller class. So first we need to save the list of author along with the books. Okay, now go to the postman. This will be post. So just pass the URL http localhost 8080 slash rest slash authors. Yeah, author, let me check that. Authors slash book. Fine. Now let's change the media type to JSON and just add the body. So there is two author object and their corresponding book object. Now let me click on send. We are getting the status code 200, but it seems we are getting empty response. Let me go to the IntelliJ ID. Let me go to the author. Yeah, so we missed to annotate at the rate data so that there is no getter setter. Okay, add all argument constructor, add no argument constructor. Then all these three I need to add in book also. Go to the book entity and then let's add this annotation. Also, if you'll go and check in author, we provided one to many, but we didn't specify the join column, right? So we just need to provide that join column, name of the join column. I'll give something author underscore ID. Then you can provide the referenced column name, which is this author ID. Okay, fine. So we must need to specify this join column. Now let's go to the DB and let me clear it so that we can rerun our application. So since we didn't provide the join columns, that's the reason it created another table called author with books. Let me check what is there in that. Yeah, you can see here author ID and book ID. So we must need to provide this join column to avoid this. Let me remove this, drop this for table. Fine. Now let me restart our application. Now if you observe here, it created a table called author and book. Okay, and Hibernate sequence. Now let's go to the Postman and let's hit this API. Yeah, so again its sequence started from 1 because we created the sequence table as well. So this author and these are the book. ISBN is getting null, there is something wrong. Okay, I defined wrongly the variable name, it should be IBAN. I provided ISBN, but that's fine, we are not going to use this variable. Okay, now let's verify in the DB. Let me check the author table. We have 2, 1 and 2. Let me go to the book table, book ID, and if you observe the author 1 having these 3 book, 111, 12, 13, and author 2 having this book 14 and 15. Okay, now let me try to access other endpoint. So now let me access the slash books to fetch all the books. Okay, it should be get. We are getting all the books. Okay, because of the wrong mapping or wrong variable name, we are getting this null, but we can avoid that now. Now let me go to check the other endpoint. We'll fetch slash authors. Okay, I'll show you here what is the n+1 problem in Hibernate as well. First, before that, let me clear the console here. Go to the Postman slash authors. If you'll send the request, there will be 3 query. Okay, I'll show you. Let's go to the console. You can see here the first query to fetch all the authors from the table, then the second query for each author. Since we have 2 author object, so the first query for the all author, and since we have 2 author object, the query 1 for author ID 1 and query 2 for author ID 2. That is what n+1 problem. N for parent and each per number of object. Okay, so that's the reason. Since we have 2 author object, the query count is n+1. 2 plus 1 equal to 3. 1 for parent, 2 for the number of author object. Okay, so now if you will try to access the query DSL API to avoid the fetch join or to avoid the n+1 problem, let me access this endpoint. You'll understand the n+1 avoid problem using this query DSL. Even in Hibernate also you can resolve that. There is some fetching strategy, you can use that. Let me access this. Click on send. Now if we'll go and check to the console, let me clear it once, then we'll rerun it. See, if you observe here, there is only one single query to fetch all the parents along with the child. Okay, now let's verify the author statistic endpoint who will return the author and book count for that specific author. So just access that. rest. Let me check the endpoints slash rest slash author statistic. What is the problem here? Let me check the console. Okay, it's again the mistake, we missed to add the Lombok related annotation in our author statistic class. Let me copy this, go to the project, go to the DTO, just add it. We created the DTO but we didn't provide the getter setter, right? That's the reason. Also, let's do one thing, let's change it to the long. Okay, now let's restart the application. Yeah, go to the postman and let's trigger this endpoint. You're getting this, right? For this Basant object there is 3 book object, and for this Santosh author there is 2 book object. That's what we have in our database, right? User author ID 1 having 3 book object, author ID 2 having 2 book object. Then let's go to the controller and let's verify another endpoint. We have this email, right, with equals ignore case. Let's go to the postman and let me drag this, or else I will directly go to any get slash author slash email. So let me give the email in camel case, okay, or any random case. Let's say I will give, see there is no specific order, there is no camel case also, lowercase and uppercase mix up. So once I will send this request, query DSL will convert that entire email ID to the lowercase and it will return you the corresponding author object. Now click on send. You are getting this, right? Even though I'm giving in the not in a proper case, still I'm able to access. Okay. Similarly, if I'll try for Santosh, I'll get the object here. Okay. So this is how you can integrate your query DSL with Spring Data JPA. I just found this query DSL is an extremely powerful library with a rich API and supports. So in this particular example, we just covered the basics of query DSL. If you want, you can explore various other SQL features such as greater than, less than, or you can try couple of join, left join, right join. Also, you can try with the aggregate function like max and min. Okay. And recently I created a poll about this particular query DSL implementation, and I found there is 2 people who already implemented this query DSL in their project. Ravindra already implemented it and they found a subqueries in the query DSL implementation. So I'll definitely give a try, Ravindra. And also there is another person who already implemented this query DSL in their project, but they face challenge while writing the union queries. Okay, definitely I will give a try with these 2 scenario, guys. Yeah, that's all about this particular video, guys. Thanks for watching this video. Meet you soon with a new concept.